So as we all know by now, this week we'll be getting our hands on these new next-gen consoles from both PlayStation and Xbox. But since my channel is quite Xbox-centric, I figured I'd make a quick video of what games I'm most looking forward to playing on my new Xbox and what games I'm most excited for coming down the pipeline. So, let's get started. Up first, I obviously gotta talk about Halo because I am a huge Halo fan. But I'm not talking about Halo Infinite, although I am absurdly hyped for Halo Infinite. I'm talking about Halo MCC. And in particular, I'm talking about full 120Hz support for Halo MCC on Series X and Series S. I mean, this past year I've been playing most of my Halo on PC because I can get a reliable 60 frames on PC. I mean, really, I'm getting more than 60 FPS because I have a 2080 Super and a 9700K, so it's more than 60 FPS, but my point is, I'm getting a steady frame rate. And that was certainly a problem in Halo 2 Anniversary and some parts of Halo 4 on Xbox One X. But the new consoles are looking to not only alleviate that problem, but double the FPS to 120 in the process. And this is great for two reasons for me. One, I have always preferred console and always will. And two, it gives me a great excuse to go back and play the entire Halo series again. Also, the fact that we'll finally be getting an FOV slider on console for Halo is just fantastic. And speaking of Halo, I'm actually looking forward to giving Halo 5 another playthrough as well. Even though it's not getting any next-gen updates that we know of, but it will have auto HDR enabled. And I think HDR would really suit a game like Halo 5. And another game I'm really looking forward to going back to is Gears 5. I mean, Gears 5 is easily my favorite Gears of War of all time. And I know that's kind of blasphemous to say because people like to point at Gears of War 2 or 3. And those are great games, don't even get me wrong. But for me, it's Gears 5, hands down. And the fact that it's getting updated visuals and features for next-gen consoles gives me a great reason to revisit the story. And it's yet another game that will support 120Hz in multiplayer mode on next-generation Xbox. And in a game like Gears 5 where everything is super fast-paced and reaction time is really key, 120Hz is going to make a huge difference. Oh wow, and I forgot to mention the campaign DLC, the new Hivebusters campaign DLC that's supposed to be coming out in December, I think it is. I am 100% looking forward to that because a new Gears campaign is always a good thing in my opinion. And then the third game that I'm anticipating booting up on launch day is Forza Horizon 4 with its next-gen update. And the thing about Forza Horizon 4 is I think it's my most played game on any platform. That's PC, that's PS4, that's Xbox, that's Nintendo. I mean, I don't play a lot of Nintendo, but still, that's any platform. That is my most played game since 2018. It's one of those games that I could turn it on and play it for hours and not even realize that hours have gone by. And I'm hyped to see what it looks like at 4K 60 with increased settings on Xbox Series X. And the final game that I'm looking forward to playing this week on my Xbox Series X is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Assassin's Creed is really one of those franchises that I mostly missed out on, but after hearing Dealer and Colt and all those guys talk about how great Assassin's Creed Odyssey was, I decided to buy it and I was not disappointed. And it looks like Valhalla is going to be doing the exact same thing except in the Viking era, which means Norse mythology, and you guys don't know this about me, but I love that stuff. It's why God of War was one of my favorite games of this generation, and I'm pumped to see it in Valhalla. Also, the fact that I can enjoy Assassin's Creed at 60 FPS on console is just an added bonus for me. And finally, on to my most anticipated games for the new consoles, and so far I have two games that I am seriously anticipating for my Series X. And when I say anticipating, I mean I expect these games to be out in the next few months, if not before the end of the year. Obviously, there's plenty of games coming down the pipeline starting in 2021 with Halo Infinite, but what I'm talking about here is games that'll be out probably within the next few months. And up first is Crossfire X. Now, I wasn't too hyped for this game earlier this year, but that trailer during the July showcase got me super hyped for this campaign. I mean, personally, I love FPS games, and it's always great when an FPS game can deliver a solid story, and with Remedy in charge of the campaign, I have no doubt that the campaign will be a solid story. Because Remedy, honestly, is a developer that kinda specializes in just crazy storytelling. And games like Control and Quantum Break are fantastic examples of that, and I'm really hoping that we're able to see this game released before the end of the year. And for my second most anticipated game, it's a game that nobody's really talking about, but I think it looks super interesting, and that's Second Extinction. And from what I understand, this is basically a co-op FPS game that puts you right in the middle of battle with dinosaurs. And honestly, that's just a really cool concept in my opinion. I can't think of many games that give you guns and pit you and your friends against dinosaurs, so I'm really excited to get my hands on this game. And these are just two games that I'm really excited for, but really there's plenty more games that I'm excited about, especially from Xbox's first party. I mean, Halo Infinite is easily my most anticipated game of 2021 right now, and looking even further past that, I'm hyped for games like Hellblade 2, Avowed, Fable, and not to mention everything that our new ZeniMax acquisitions are working on, like, Starfield, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Dishonored 3, Wolfenstein, all of that stuff. I'm super hyped for that stuff. But in the meantime, what has you most excited for Xbox? Whether it's a launch game or a game coming in a few months or even a few years, it's definitely exciting times for Xbox. So leave a comment below and let me know what you're thinking. Leave a like if you liked the video, and please subscribe if you would be so kind. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.